Hi guys, welcome back. We are here again at NHVR with Captain Logbook. Now, I wanted to have a chat. Sorry, Andreas, you're never going to get over that. I wanted to have a chat. There was a write-up in Big Rigs magazine the other week, a couple of months ago, I think, about exemptions, work diary exemptions.
Drivers who have problems with English literacy, who have print media disabilities, so they might not be able to actually use pages the same way another person can use the page.
Yep.
They are able to actually get somebody who's qualified in that area to write a little bit of a note for them, which they can send in to us, and we can set up alternative arrangements for recording information in the work diary which don't require the driver to do it immediately as they go from work to rest or rest to work.
Okay, so basically they can get someone else to write the information.
Yeah.
It can be their scribe for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So step one, if we can jump in, is talk to, if you've got a doctor or a psychologist or a speech pathologist or somebody who's in literacy, language and numeracy education, about the difficulties you're having, and ask them to produce a bit of a note that basically says, I know the driver's name, that this person has issues with whatever the issues are, and that's causing him to have difficulties completing the work diary.
Yeah. And so from there, what happens then?
So then it's up to the driver to work out how they're going to make alternative records, which can be later copied into the work diary.
How do they record their hours?
Some people have their own notepads which have got numbered pages, and they make notes which make sense to them, but you can't give to an authorised officer or a cop on the side of the road.
Yep.
Another couple of guys I know have used things like a mobile phone or an audio recorder to actually say, I am starting work at this time at this location.
Yep.
And then they keep doing that one after the other, and when they get back to their scribe, they give the recording to the scribe and say, can you please copy that information down onto my work diary?
Okay, all right.
And you know, we're even open to different arrangements where you might have satellite tracking and you're the only person in the truck. We know that you're the only person in the truck, and you might be able to use that, you know, when the truck starts moving, when the truck stops moving, to be your record as well.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so the scribe, you're talking about it, that, you know, they're ringing somebody up and telling them this information.
Yep.
Is that a person approved by you as well? Like, can they get anybody to do with that, or?
Basically, we'd look for the driver to nominate somebody they trust to make records for them.
Okay.
And basically, as long as we can see that the person has agreed to do that copying of the records over from the alternative records into the driver's work diary,
Yep.
We're happy to approve that person to make those records for the driver.
Okay, but so once that person's approved, you can't get anybody else. You can't just go and get willy-nilly to do it. They have to stay with the approved person.
No, you have to think about somebody who will actually do it for you, and we have to kind of lock it in.
Yep.
Because what happens if all goes well, we've got the evidence that you've got an issue with literacy or language, you've got up your alternative record keeping, you've got a scribe. We'll then issue the driver with a permit.
Yep.
And a permit is something they can hand out to the authorised officer on the side of the road.
Yep.
And we need to include the name of the scribe in that permit.
Okay. So does that make the scribe liable at all?
No. These records are the driver's records.
Okay.
All that's happening is they're being made by a slightly different process, not being made by the driver themselves.
Wonderful. Now, is there a cost to getting these permits?
No. Essentially, any driver who's under standard hours, who has a legitimate reason around literacy or English language, can come to us free of charge. Unfortunately, we've got a fact sheet, which is quite a few words, but we'll be looking at that.
Get the scribe to read that.
If you don't have somebody to read it to you, give us a call, 1300 MyNHVR.
Yep.
Ask to talk to somebody about a literacy permit. We will sit down and we'll over the phone talk to you about what's on the information that's on this fact sheet.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well done. Once
Thank you.
again. See you next time, Captain.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.